Hey guys, back for another video. I think I'm week 13, so whatever. I lost track. The weeks don't matter anyway, really. Been on this whole roller coaster ride my whole life, and this time it started the end of November. So. But I switched my ways to Saturday, so this past Saturday I weighed in and I've lost another 3 for a total of 57 pounds since I started this latest deal here. Yeah, it's pretty exciting. I'm excited about that. Feeling way good now. Exercise. I started rowing. I have a really nice rowing machine, so I've been doing that every day. And I started yoga. Now, 10 years ago, I said, "What do I do that yo-yo hippie shit for?" Not the first time I put my foot on my mouth. Anyway, so now but for real, I do want to start lifting again, but my body over the last several years just I'm wound up super tight. So I really need to get loose. My balance is terrible, so I figured, yoga I think will help with all of that. It'll help me stretch, get loose, certainly help with balance. And once I do that and get everything sorted, then I can start adding some muscle. Until then, I really don't want to. It's just sort of like stacking on, a bad foundation or something. It's kind of the way I feel about it. All right, so that's that. 57 pounds, and cruising right along. The goal is to lose 65 by April 20th, which is I'm going away for a couple days, doing some hiking. Hopefully, we can get through the snow. But I'm only 8 pounds away from that, and that's about a month away, or a little more than that actually. So I'm pretty positive I'll get there. All right, so today I want to talk about the 3 white killers. One we talk about a lot, and it's sugar. Sugar we already know is bad. We've been over this before. It's a lot. I mean, nutritionists and doctors will argue a lot about diets and the best way to do whatever, but they pretty much all universally agree that sugar is bad and has to go. I won't even touch fruit with the exception of some berries, because I think the idea of 5 fruits a day is horrendous. There's way too much sugar in that. So sugar's bad. First white killer is sugar. Second white killer is flour. White flour specifically, wheat products. The stuff it's so highly inflammatory in the body. It's people with gluten allergies to it. It's if you go to see Dr. Berg and look at his video he does on bread, it's crazy. There's a ton of sugar on our bread. Just watch anybody from Europe taste our bread. So white flour, processed grains. I don't think we need grains in our diet at all. I don't care about whole grains either. I think, I'll get into that at another time, but grains, especially white flour, that's the other white killer. So sugar's bad, white flour's bad. The last one is salt, sodium. Salt's kind of funny because we have to have it to survive. Without it, we literally die. Gotta have it. It's an electrolyte, part of the electrolyte family. Potassium is another one that's a major part of that. And our body runs on electricity, and it needs electrolytes to make those reactions happen so we can move and do all the other stuff that we do. Salt has been villainized to a certain degree. There's a difference between plain old salt and sodium. And the difference is, now, table salt, sea salt, kosher salt, whatever, it's all pretty much the same. They're trying to, again, the food industry's throwing this thing at you like sea salt's supposed to be better. Like, yeah, bullshit. Most of those salts, they all have about the same as 40% sodium. It's sodium chloride. So 40% of salt, table salt, is salts that we use is sodium. Whereas sodium in like a processed food or a fast food is pure sodium. It always blows my mind how something can have 1,000 milligrams of sodium and it still tastes like total shit. The thing is with salt, I mean, if you've got a bad issues with salt and high blood pressure and your doctor has you on a low sodium type diet, then stay there. Don't do what I say. But the reality is, if you don't eat processed food and you don't hang out in restaurants all the time eating their food, then put salt on your food. The amount of salt that you're going to put on your food to make it taste good is nowhere near the amount of sodium you're going to get out of a packaged product or a restaurant. One of the saltiest things on the planet in a restaurant is a burrito, like 1,000 milligrams of salt in this thing. And if you really want to get freaked out, go look at the menu items on like PJ Chang's or whatever the hell that is, or the Cheesecake Factory. Some of these things have 4,000, 5,000, 6,000 grams or so grams of sodium in their dishes. So yeah, if you don't have a salt problem with salt and you don't eat processed and restaurant food, then add salt to your food. Make it taste good. It's okay. You need the salt, and why not have the flavor? Don't worry about it too much. You're going to be okay. The other problem really is potassium. It's amazing when you look into this stuff. A lot of the things that go wrong with our bodies are nothing more than deficiencies in certain vitamins, whether they be A, B, C. D is a problem for a lot of people, and shortages of minerals like potassium can have all kinds of bad effects. One of potassium's job is to keep the arteries and veins soft. And with a potassium deficiency, they start to get hard and they get high blood pressure. The goofy irony is that some of these blood pressure medications deplete you of potassium. It's crazy. But the ideal ratio of potassium to sodium is 2 to 1. 2 times the potassium to sodium. They say, I think it's 22 or 2,300 grams or whatever, milligrams, whatever, sodium in your diet. Potassium should be twice that. In the average normal American diet, it's the opposite, 20 to 1. 20 times the sodium of potassium. It creates all kinds of other problems in your body. So make sure you get your potassium. There are vegetables and things that have it, but I take an electrolyte supplement. Got all the good ones: magnesium, potassium, sodium, a few of the others, and it made a difference. I just started having weird problems like getting headaches, and so I started taking this stuff. It was great. Anyway, but the issue is the white killer is salt. So yes, too much salt is terrible for us. That's been in the news forever. We all know this. So stay away from too much salt. But if you're off of processed foods, if you're off of any restaurant foods and you're trying to get better, you need to have some salt, because with all the excess liquids and stuff to get rid of, you'll lose all that and then you'll have issues. So add some salt to your food. It's okay. You can't put as much salt on your food as in something from a restaurant or a processed food and be able to actually eat it. It'll be too salty. So that's my thing. 3 white killers: white sugar, white flour, and salt. Take it easy on all of them. In fact, keep flour and sugar out. Use some salt. Don't go crazy on it, and you'll be just fine. So those are that's my public service announcement for today. 57 pounds, and I will catch you guys on the next one.